YouTube video have you watched?
No. The only thing I normally watch on YouTube are like movie previews.
The Boston Lloyd one.
Oh, actually, I did see a bit of that one, yeah. Fucking, what can you say? I like a bit on the bottom too. We do not condone or something about steroid use. This is for educational purposes. Yeah, it's got like, I like how, was it one of his mates has a shot in his glute and he's like, oh, excellent shot that one. Like it's a fucking running commentary, good shot. And then he's like, now I've got this one here, the suspension or something, because, you know, I'll put that in my arms before I train because, you know, this one hurts but with the arms because you're moving the arms all the time. It helps it moving around and stuff like that. And then he said he had his Synfol needles there too. I only like skipped along and didn't watch the whole thing. So then I saw him putting the one in his bicep and then I saw him doing one in his chest, another 3 C's in his chest. I like his car too, it's got like 3 C's on his truck, shit like that. And then someone, I think Jade was watching one of his wife's clips on Instagram because it came up and I thought it was him talking. She's got a pretty deep voice too, doesn't she? Like that. Yeah, but yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, so, you know, you can say you're not doing instructional, but, you know, sadly, young kids are going to follow that and they're going to start injecting in their chest, injecting in their biceps, probably hit nerves, hit blood vessels, hit fucking God knows what, and get infections also on top of that. So, you know, you saw the bathroom he was doing in or the kitchen, wherever it was, it didn't look very clean and hygienic. The guy that did it in his arse didn't really look like he had any alcohol swabs there. It looked like he was using dirty tissue with blood on it to fucking wipe up the mess. But, yeah, it's like, I've never done any of that before I trained, put stuff in biceps and shit. I just fucking get up, have a meal, and I wait an hour, then I go train. Or if I train early in the morning, I'd get up, have a cup of coffee and go to the gym. There was no fucking injections going on like that shit. And then, like I said, for all those drugs, that's the best you look. That's fucking, you know, if you're going to sprite and talk big and say, you know, bodybuilding's all drugs, well, you better get some proper drugs because those ones you're on ain't fucking working for you. You're not going to be a pro, you're not going to be Mr. Olympia. So these guys that are professionals, the top professionals that are on the Olympia stage, they got something you ain't got, and that's called genetics, and you're not going to get that in a fucking bottle. So eject away and talk all your shit. But like I said, it's bad for young kids to watch that shit. And yes, it was pretty, as stupid as it looked, I'm just sad that it goes out there and young kids will see that and follow it and go, this is what he's doing. So, you know, kids that don't have the genetics are going to be like, well, okay, if he did it like this and he, to me, these young kids thinking, well, to me, Boston looks okay and I'd rather look like that than look like this and start doing that shit, then they're going to end up doing themselves harm in the long run. So, yes, that's pretty fucking stupid video.
I thought it was pretty good in that it put me off. Like having a if that's
well, I
what
even watched that and I'm thinking, fuck me, dude, when I get ready for a contest, I'd have like stanozol. In the younger days, I'd take Winstrol or stanozol once every second or third day. But then, like I said, I read on the bottle where it said a horse needs, you know, 2 mil per 100 kilos of body weight every 2 weeks. So I was thinking, well, if a horse needs, like, say, roughly 2 mil every 2 weeks at 100 kilos, and if I'm 100 kilos or under, I shouldn't need fucking 1 or 2 mil every fucking second day, should I? So I cut my Winstrol back to once every 5 days or so, but then I said all the oil-based ones, I just have 1 shot a week, so I don't get why these guys are taking. I'd never do that every fucking day. If I had to do that every day and someone said, Lee, to be a pro bodybuilder, this is what you have to do, I wouldn't have fucking done it because I hated needles to begin with. Even if I had one in the off-season, when I used to have like DECA, I had 1 shot a week at DECA, I'd hate fucking doing it. When the shot day come around, I'd be like, oh fuck, I don't want to do it, I'd put it off another day. But like I said, I've got friends and I know people that they got to have their shot that day, it's got to be this day. And then, like I said, you see some of these contest cycles where they take faster acting drugs, you've got to take it more often, so they take it, you know, you look at some of these ones I've seen where they're actually having 2 or 3 or 4 needles every fucking day. I'm like, fuck that, I'd never do it. So it's got me beat how people would go through that shit. And to me, like I said, I've had a shot sometimes where if I have it in the morning, then like later on the day I got to go train. Sometimes if I have a bad shot that hurts, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't feel like training now. So you couldn't imagine having all those needles then going, okay, let's go to the fucking gym. I'd be like, fuck that. So just stupid, and they do all that and they look like that. Just crazy.
And was it right that he had one and it was chock full of, you know, this, it's got 3 mil of this or whatever, and it looked like a massive one. He had a whole...
I had the sort of one that went through his chest, he said it was like 3 C's, it was filled to the brim. So yeah, but I said if I ever put something somewhere, I never went... Like I said, if it was sus 250, I had 2 mil, so 2 mil would be the biggest amount I put in one spot, because
Yeah.
I just find that putting any more than only one spot, you just got this big build up in that one spot. So I've had people that will get like the big syringes, like the 5 ml syringes, and put 5 mils or something in one area, and to me,
Yeah.
it doesn't disperse properly. You're going to get an infection. It's going to sit there. You're going to get more scar tissue. So I just don't get the whole thing. So when I said I watched bits of it, I just sort of sped along the different areas, and I just shook my head and go, fucking hell. Like I said, sadly, there are kids out there who are going to follow that and watch it and do it. So it's just stupid.
Yeah. Oh,
Stupid.
I just, there's so many things that can go wrong, like
Exactly.
the sterile environment and.
That's the main one, sterile environment. Even like I said, you don't really know what you're putting in these days. The black market, you don't know. It could be cooking oil, it could be anything, so you don't really know what you're actually putting in your body. On top of that, and then like you said, to do a hit there, some people might turn around and hit a nerve there. They might hit a blood vessel somewhere else, or like I said, going into your chest. Fuck, put in the right. So imagine if you had, like, you see those infections, guys. If even Boston had his tricep where it gets infected, you got to cut out. Imagine having some bad infection in your chest muscle that close to your heart, where it's just full of pus and shit, and you got to take fucking cut muscle out or drain your chest. That's just fucking stupid. So sadly, that's what bodybuilding's becoming now. This internet with idiots like that, and people follow them, and it's just no wonder bodybuilding's going down the fucking tube. So.
And even you with you had that one, the bodybuilder's reality
in
one.
my shoulder, that was from stanozol, because I said it gets really chalky and stuff, and like I said, it was really hot, and it got inflamed, and I had like stuff, and just getting hotter and hotter, and I said I'll go to the hospital. When they actually did cut into it, they said there wasn't really an infection there, there was no pus or anything, but then I had this hole where they cut in, so I had to wait for that to heal 2 weeks before the contest, and then they just gave me antibiotics and it went away. So really, they had to give me antibiotics to begin with, it would have went away, but this doctor was one of those anti-steroid doctors. It was always like, I'll show you, and he cut in there and he took the scissors, and I remember the scissors were sort of big, and where the scissors joined, he stuck them in the hole all the way deep and started snipping around, and he pulled tissue stuff out to get it all tested. But when he comes back a day and I say, oh, you're lucky there was no bad infection, so they just gave me the thing. They had to keep packing it with gauze every day and pulling the gauze out and that sort of stuff till it healed from the inside out, so that was fun. Yeah, I remember when I'd compete, I had like a band-aid over it, I had to put tan over the top of it. So yeah, that was just from silly Winstrol, and that was only, like I said, about 1.5 mils, but like I said, even as clean as I was, if I did it at night, I'd always shower first and then use the alcohol wipes, or if I didn't have alcohol wipes, I'd use that like betadine stuff, the red stuff that they use in hospitals and stuff, so I'd use that, but still, something got infected there a little bit and caused it to flame up, so it's probably could just been the Winstrol not dispersing properly in there and crystallising, who knows, but yeah, so I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I had a friend once, he had a shot in his leg, and it was that big, he had like an area this big, about that wide and that long, cut out, and about that deep. You actually look inside his leg, you can see all the muscle and sinew, because he put a needle in, somehow missed all his muscle and just got inflamed and infected in there, so it's going like blue and gangrene. They said that he actually, if he had let it go longer, he could have lost his leg. So it's just stupid that people do stuff like that. Then someone not long ago was asking me about injections, my side injections and stuff. I said, listen, I wouldn't do it, I'd do your shoulder or your glute. It's probably the safest places to do it. And then he wrote me back saying, oh, my friend said you can do it in your quad. And I said, I did it in my quad once, never again, because I couldn't walk. So I said, do it in your shoulder or your glute. So what did I get back a bit later? Oh, I had a shot in the leg. I couldn't fucking walk. It's so painful. I can't train. So I just wrote back and say, well, what the fuck would I know? You asked me. I told you. So they don't listen, so whatever. You think if someone told me not to do it in my leg because it hurt really bad and this and that, I wouldn't fucking do it in my leg. Especially if it's a professional telling me. You're going to go listen to some other fucking dickhead who competes in some shitty class and listen to them and go, oh, well, he said he did okay. So then you did it, and now look what happened. Then they're like, yeah, I'll never do it again. Well, you shouldn't have done it the first time, I told you not to. So you could have saved yourself all that fucking pain. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, no, it's just unless you're dead set serious professional or whatever, like especially in Australia now with it's all the stuff's pretty much from the black market.
Yeah, know what's in it, where it's been made, it could be contaminated. So that's the thing too. Some of those things you get, you could be super clean and sterilise everything, but yet if there's already bacteria in the bottle, you're fucked. So yeah, so who knows? But now that video of his was fucking stupid.